Omar Salem made statements of fact to the Prime Minister about what had happened to him and his daughter hours previously. By getting it out there that he was a Labour activist, bad actors, bad faith, untrustworthy brokers are trying to distract from those facts. But his Labour activism is still a fact. So what do the left do? They go after the journalist from the BBC who has reported that fact. And they end up doing more to distract the spotlight and indeed public attention from what happened in the hospital than the people who actually set out to distract attention from what happened in the hospital in the first place. I can't believe this is still making sense. And that is the ultimate mark of how mad things have become. So, man confronts Prime Minister. Man tells Prime Minister uncomfortable truths about the state of this hospital. Prime Minister lies to man in front of cameras, caught on tape. Man turns out to be Labour activist. Fans of Prime Minister try and make this even bigger than the real story. They enjoy a moderate degree of success until a BBC journalist reports the fact of his Labour activism, and suddenly, because there is forgive me, but they are stupid and dangerous, they then turn it into a story about a BBC journalist. And the little girl lying in a hospital bed has been almost forgotten. And now you have to ask yourself this question. Who today will be happiest that that little girl lying in the hospital bed has been almost forgotten? Boris Johnson's team, if you must see things in such terms, or Jeremy Corbyn's team? And if you're on Jeremy Corbyn's team and you've spent the last few hours attacking Laura Kuenssberg on social media, congratulations, you've done the Prime Minister's work for him. Because we're not talking about the little girl lying in the hospital bed. We're not talking about the Prime Minister lying to the distraught father of the little girl lying in the hospital bed. We're not talking about the state of the hospital in whose bed the little girl is lying. We're talking about whether or not the political editor of the BBC should have phrased her tweets more carefully. And that is down to you, you clowns. You might as well have asked Dominic Cummings for a postal order for the ease and the facility with which you've allowed Johnson to duck accountability once again. What's the story here? The sick little girl? The stressed out hospital staff? The underfunding? The under-resourcing? The lying by the Prime Minister? No, it's just about the bias of the BBC's political editor. Seriously, I don't do this very often. You cretins.